Hi, I'm 72 Daystar, and out in a walking vlog. I'm going to start with a question. I typically finish with one, but I'm going to start with one. What would change in the way you live your life and the way you see things morally if you knew this was your one kick at the can? After this, you were finished. Or how would it change things if you thought you were going to go on forever? Sam Parnia is a researcher. He researches near-death experiences, and recently an acquaintance of mine on Facebook posted an article from the Telegraph. It was from the fall of 2014, but it was based on his 2014 and earlier research, where he had 2,000 subjects. But let me approach it this way. The point I want to make is this remarkable difference between science journalism and actual science, because if you track down the article, I'll put it below, or at least you'll be able to see the abstract there, if you might be able to track it down elsewhere. The difference between science journals and science journalism. Now, phonically similar, but they're really a world apart. This person in the Telegraph, their science correspondent, who very much wanted to report something that readers would enjoy, that readers would be titillated by. But basically science journalism is science for people who don't like science and typically don't understand science, but on various social occasions want to sound like they do. Science journals, on the other hand, require rigorous and honest reporting of what they found. And Parnia does do a pretty good study there and presents something in remarkable contrast to the science journalism. It turns out of the 2,000 subjects, only about 140 of them actually reported having a memory of any kind. It whittled it down to one person who had a memory of something that sounded like it may have taken place in the real world. And that was the sound of one of the automated machines that goes off when the patient flatlines. So it says, it's time to resuscitate the patient. So Parnia estimates that could have been 20 to 30 seconds. Now, it's all about what's the lag time between the person going flatline and the machine kicking in. So I wonder how he generated that 20 to 30 seconds. So something in it, if I'm open-minded, something interesting could come of this research. It could show us that when people die, they don't go off like maybe an LED light, but rather a slow fade, like one of those big high-pressure lights. And that would be interesting. But there are explanations of why you could have a vivid memory despite the fact that your heart stopped pumping oxygen-rich blood to your brain. The part of your brain that helps in making memories is hyperactive when you're in this state of arousal. So it could be that we're making, although there are a few handicaps going on, we do have the ability to make memories in this state. Maybe that's one interpretation, but it really doesn't give us any good indication that mind and brain function can exist independent of each other. So to return to my initial question, if you really thought, I would say for most cases, religious beliefs, I'm quite happy to leave people alone. But this particular one, this idea that we're going to live forever as disembodied beings or be reincarnated or something like that, I think there's some moral implications. I think they could be mostly harmful. That is, we could, in our belief that we're going to persist, not do things in this lifetime that we otherwise would have. So I guess the question, to return to the beginning at the end, is to ask, what are the implications of life after death, or an absence of it? I do know some atheists who are at least agnostic about life after death, even though they don't believe in God. But so it's not a given, just because someone's an atheist, that they don't believe that. So, anyways, inviting comments. Come here. Below. Anyways, 72 Daystar out.